When you're first starting out, it's difficult to afford a brand new car, yet it's the first thing most young adults purchase when they start their careers. You are much better off purchasing a reliable used car for cash and saving for a new car that you will purchase later. Continue the used car buying strategy until you can afford buying a new car with cash. You can accomplish this by including in your monthly savings plan a new car fund. It will take you a few years to build this up. In the meantime, continue driving your used car. Another good tip for buying new cars inexpensively is to purchase last year's model as long as the exterior design hasn't changed. If you wait a few months into the new model year, you will be amazed at the new car deals you can get on last year's models. Despite being one of the richest person globally, billionaire investor Warren Buffett continues to drive a Cadillac XTS he purchased in 2014. Warren Buffett is known for his frugality, emphasizing practicality over luxury, and views cars as a utility rather than a status symbol.
Actually, I picked out the car I have based on the fact that it had airbags on both sides. That was a factor. It may have been the first car of its type ever made with airbags, but I think my car actually, it's both heavy and has airbags, and those are two primary factors in safety. Incidentally, on a car, I look at that like anything else. It would take me probably a half a day to go through the exercise of buying a car and reading the owner's manual and all of that. And that's just a half a day I don't want to give up in my life for no benefit. If I could write a check in 30 seconds and be in the same position I'm in now with a newer car, I'd be glad to do it this afternoon. But I don't like to trade away when there's really no benefit to me at all. I'm totally happy with the car. I just don't want to trade away the amount of time I'd have to spend fooling around to get familiar with and get title to and do all the rest of the things, pick one out. So a new car.
Well, in personal consumption, Warren is more frugal.
Would you care to give an example?
Warren lives in the same house he bought for a very modest price, what, in 1950 something?
I bought it in 1958, and you moved into yours about 1960, didn't you?
Yeah, and I paid more.
But he designed his own. He designed his own house. He did not pay an architect, right?
I did. I paid an architect $1,900.
Oh.
It was as much as 30% of the normal price.
Yeah. Notice how he remembers the details. I have everything in life I want. It's a very simple thing. If there's anything that money could buy, there are things money can't buy. But if there's anything money could buy that I wanted, I'd do it this afternoon. I do not think that standard of living equates with cost of living beyond a certain point. I mean, up to a certain point, there's no question that it does. I mean, in terms of having good housing, good health service, good food, everything. But good transportation. But there's a point, I think, if anything, you start getting inverse correlation. My life would not be happier. In fact, it'd be worse if I had 6 or 8 houses or a whole bunch of different things I could have. It just doesn't correlate. Having everything I have, I mean, you can't have more than that. That doesn't really make any. It makes a difference up to a point. You can start thinking a lot differently when you got to X, but when you get to 10X or 100X or 1,000X, it just doesn't make any possible difference.
The key to the car buying process is patience. Buy used cars until you can afford to purchase a new car for cash. Keep with the principle of buying only what you can afford, and eventually you will be surprised at how nice a car you will be buying.